Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who this be, it's your girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about my 2024 faves of the year in terms of media such as TV shows, movies, music, and we're also including books for this year's, series that I'm doing. Like every year I do my little faves. Let's get right into the video. So we're starting off with TV shows that I watched that I really liked or enjoyed or basically would recommend somebody else to watch. The Empress. The Empress is basically have 2 seasons out currently on Netflix. This is basically about the Austrian Empire. Like if you like historical dramas like Reign, The Crown, like even a little bit of Queen Charlotte was like, if you look at the history, it was kind of like a little historical fictional drama. That's basically the essence of, the Empress. It's more on the Crown side of type of historical drama in terms of, because it gets with the politics and things like that, or / Reign with like political things and like war that's going on, even though it's like romance involved between the 2 main protagonists. The Empress is a really good historical drama. If you like historical dramas, I would recommend you guys to watch that show. Definitely hooked. Can't wait for season 3. The next show is Maxton Hall. That is another, kind of like rom-com show. Essentially, it came out on Amazon Prime. Basically in the realms of, in terms of like, what's the original language it came out of is German, but the English, there's English subtitles / English dub that you can watch it on. But Maxton Hall is another like show that came out that was really good. I enjoyed it. I actually did a review on the show. I enjoyed the show. Season 2 is coming out next year. And yeah, I'll be seated and I'll be tuned in. Okay, Invincible season 2. We got part 2 of season 2 this year, which, like never do that. Putting 8 episodes in 2 parts again, please. But that part 2 of Invincible was, those 4 episodes they really did something. They want to make 8 seasons of the show, and I will be seated for each one, the Lord's willing, hopefully. And yeah, part 2 of Invincible, yeah, I definitely liked it. But they spaced it out so much that a lot of people didn't really speak about it. But I was tuned in, I was seated, as well as Percy Jackson and the Olympians from season 1. I was tuned in, I was seated. Season 2 coming out next year, and I will be seated for that. Okay, Percy Jackson's is another show. Tune in. The show that I watched this year was One Day, which was a limited series, obviously, because it's based off the book One Day that had a movie adaptation as well. It's very much a 14 episode, very sad, romance story. Like, I wouldn't even call it a rom-com because there's no funny business. There's no laughter, okay? There's no laughter in this. Like, maybe in the few happy moments, but like, it's a romance story. It's very like, which takes course over 20 years. And it was, this is like probably one of the best, adaptions that Netflix basically did, that because the actors told the story of these 2 characters over the course of 20 years so well. You actually felt very sad when things happen. Like, definitely, if you want to take a dip into that sad story and actually watch it, definitely watch it. It's a limited series, so that 1 season is that's it. But it very much a really great story that was told. I very much enjoyed it, even though it was very sad. But One Day, I also spoke about it on my channel. That's another show that you guys should tune into. Okay, the show was Bel Air season 3. Season 3, and it ended on a cliffhanger. Yeah. And then they're saying season 4 is gonna be their last season. Yeah. Tune into Bel Air. And speaking of Bel Air, we need more black TV shows. Like, hello, Bel Air is ending. Swagger got canceled. All American Homecoming got canceled. Like, we need more black teen dramas. Like, hello, I'm probably gonna do a video on this, just basically talking about that, because we don't even have it. Like, that's why another show that you guys should watch is Cruel Intentions, which is the TV show, adaptation to the movie of the book. Okay, so basically Savannah from Gossip Girl reboot, she is starring in it. I obviously did a video on Cruel Intentions. I very much would like you guys to tune in if you're looking for some type of teen drama. It's set in college, so we have a college show finally, because there is very much, we have limited college shows. Like, it's only The Lives of College Girls on Max, and then that's about it. Like, All American Homecoming got canceled, so there's really limited college shows. I mean, there's Gen V, but that show comes out every other year according to its timeline. So yeah, no. Another show that I definitely tuned in was I'll Get That All Along. Like, it started out a bit slow, but once we got into like the third, fourth episode, yeah, it got me. I Got That All Along, yeah. I was tuned in. I was like, oh, okay. I should have watched it weekly, but I was like binging on my own those 9 episodes, and I was like tuned in. And I Got That All Along, they might have a season 2. Who knows? We don't know. But it was a good little watch. It was a good little show. I was very much, interested and, entertained. Another show, obviously, that I've watched and I definitely liked was Nobody Wants This. That was on Netflix, which was starring, Kristen Bell and Adam Brody. Adam Brody basically playing like these type of characters. Like, it's so suited from him. Like, I watched him on the OC, like getting that Seth Cohen, like he has that essence in this show, and it's so fun and nice to see. It was really a good show, basically kind of like in terms of like star-crossed lovers. Essentially, like, you're just totally opposite of each other. You have this Jewish guy who is very religious. He is basically the pastor of his church. Girl who doesn't even know what she wants in life, what she's doing. She's not really religious at all, doesn't even know if she wants to be, whatever. But she really likes this guy, and this guy really likes this girl, and it's just like, are you willing to change for this other person to have a relationship, or or not? And it's like, it just basically telling the story of like, what are you willing to do for love, whatever, But it's a really nice little show just to see how these two, basically star-crossed lovers, modern day time, quote unquote Romeo and Juliet type of situation. But it's a really good show. Got renewed for season 2. I'll definitely be watching that. But yeah, Nobody Wants This on Netflix. Yeah, it was a nice little fun watch, and it was basically a rom-com type show. Love Island USA season 6. Like, the entire summer, everybody was talking about Love Island. The people that you didn't know would watch Love Island for season 6. Like, Love Island season 6 took over the map. Like, I wouldn't really put this on my faves because it's really a part of my reality roundup, but Love Island season 6, yeah, I was tuned in. Probably one of my favorite USA seasons, besides like season 2, give or take. But other than that, definitely tuned in. Definitely like season 6. I will be back here for season 7 to see what they do, who the people are. We'll be redoing my daily reviews on the show. If you like some reality TV and you want to tune in, Definitely watch Love Island USA, USA season 6. Yeah, tune in. This is basically the equivalent to UK season 5. Just give or take, the equivalent to UK season 5. Which, yeah. I watched this year was called Rivals. New show came out in November, and basically it gives the essence of Succession slash Bridgerton. Like, it gives that essence of a show. Like, basically there's these two guys who's basically kind of fighting this type of like corporate media like situation where he's running this like global media outlet of having like this late night news talk show or whatever, and this guy, like, he collabs with this other guy who was like his nemesis or whatever, and he like wants to start up his own media company where he can do his own like late night talk show. So, but a lot of drama happens. It's basically why I say it's a British Bridgerton type of Succession, because it's very much English actors speaking in the show, but it's very much a risque, messy type of show. It got renewed for season 2, so I'll be watching it. People like it because it is obviously based off of a book, and because there's some love interest that people are rooting for to see. Cameron and Declan. Okay, but other than that, tune into Rivals if you know about Succession slash Bridgerton type such situations. Yeah, you can watch Rivals. And then a show that didn't come out this year, but I tuned in for a good part of the year, was Degrassi. I will be reviewing that later on shortly. Be on the lookout. That is about it. The last show that I've watched is called The Penguin. That is also on Max. That show, yeah, it's a good if you like action, that show is for you. Marvel, DC, that show is for you. Basically, you got the Joker, you got Batman. Now let's focus on the Penguin. I mean, like, if you watch Gotham, from that show Gotham that focused on young Bruce Wayne, you can focus on the Penguin. Yeah. But that show is really good. It's on Max. Hopefully you get to season 2, because it was actually very nice. It was gory, but it was a nice, interesting action show. That we need to bring some action shows back, because it's been clocking down. Like, all we got is crime investigation shows, and we need to bring back action, like real action shows, like for real. To movies, my favorite movies of this year, yes, The Challengers. I went to the theaters. The score got me hooked. The movie was good. Like, you just had to pay attention. I definitely think it's gonna win some type of Oscars or some type of movie related awards coming up in the awards season, and I'll be rooting for it. Definitely, they deserve something for the score, because the score, yeah, I was tuned in. The next movie is Bad Boys Ride or Die. Like, bring this back as like a reboot. Not really a reboot, but like, obviously, revamping Bad Boys, series with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, having a 4th movie. It was definitely an interesting movie. Basically, one of the movies of the summer. I went to the movie theater. Movie theater was packed. Everybody was tuned in, okay? Everybody was tuned in for Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, and the movie theater was packed. Yeah. Next movie, Wicked. Yep. I just did my review recently on Wicked. Yep. Tuned in. I watched that movie twice. Okay. I watched the movie twice in theaters, and it's coming to streaming, so you can watch in your own home pretty soon. Yep. Go see Wicked if you haven't seen Wicked, because part 2 is coming out next year, okay? And we'll be tuned in. Next movie was Deadpool and Wolverine. I watched that movie, I believe, twice as well in theaters. It was a good movie, very much good action movie, whatever. The next movie is Gladiator 2. That was actually a pretty interesting movie with Denzel and Paul Mescal. Definitely tune in. Like, if you need to see it once, definitely see it once. Another movie is Quiet Day, Day One. Like Quiet Place, Day One. It was a very I didn't really like to see horror, but I tuned in, and it was actually an interesting movie. How the ending went. Good on Lupita for letting Sus, be a martyr basically. But yeah, I'm saying Lupita like that was the character's name. A Marley movie. It wasn't my favorite movie, but it was one of my faves. I definitely enjoyed the movie, the musical aspect. It wasn't too much focused on, his life per se, but one section of his life that was pretty interesting to see. But if you never seen that movie, go tune in for the one time. It was very fun. And that's all I really have to say. Obviously, a sad ending because, Barb Marley did die. The last movie that I would, seen this year that I basically really liked was Carry On. It just came out in December. It's basically about, this guy was going, basically the airport type situation where this guy wanted to get some, contaminated, this type of virus essentially onto the plane, but obviously going through TSA they're gonna stop that and search and everything. And this guy basically has this whole operation where he had somebody basically drop an earpiece, get to and then they have a camera focus on you, and they basically can search up your entire life, find where you live, and basically keep whoever that's your loved one hostage to basically force you to do whatever he needs you to do. And it's a very much action thriller movie, which really fun, nice. If you want to tune in for the one time, tune in. But yeah, that's it for the movie section. Now, music. Music started out it came out swinging in the springtime, okay? We had Billie Eilish album with the Hit Me Hard and Soft album, okay? We got Ariana Grande's Eternal Sunshine that I did my reaction review to, okay? We had Tyler's album. We had Beyonce with Cowboy Carter, okay? Who else do we have? We have Flo with All Access Areas that I just did my reaction review to, okay? Sabrina Carpenter with her Short and Sweet album, which that definitely was taking the album of the summer, because after that album dropped, she did a whole tour and the people were tuned in, all right? We were tuned in. But yeah, for albums, the girls came out swinging. The female artists came out swinging, okay? We had Tyler, we had Sabrina, we had Beyonce, we had Billie Eilish, we had Ariana Grande, okay? And then Flo just came out in November with their album. They really said, let's do music. Let's do the music, all right? Those were basically my favorite albums of, 2024. In terms of songs that I like from the album, Cowboy Carter was definitely Bodyguard. Short and Sweet album by Sabrina was between Bedchem and Good Graces. Tyler was Push to Start and Jump and ART or Art. Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather. All Access Areas by Flo, Get It Till I'm Gone, or I'm Just a Girl, or How Do You Feel? One of those three. Also Check that they had came out earlier. Yeah, and then Ariana Grande's album that I reacted to, I liked True Story by Supernatural, Eternal Sunshine. Yeah, those songs from the album I really liked. So yeah, those were my favorite albums and songs from the album. Special and honorable mention in terms of music, Drake, he didn't drop an album, but Family Matters, oh, that gets replayed. All right, that gets replayed. Okay, the entire song is so good. Plus, that second beat switch. He was talking to them people. He was talking to them. And you guys had to listen. But yeah, tune into Family Matters. And the 100 gigs, Circadian Rhythm, yes. No Face, yes. Basically the whole 100 gigs. Like, I was tuned in. But that's just in terms of music. That's in terms of music. He didn't even drop no album out. And he was running them numbers up. Okay. And then we're adding on books this year for my 2024 faves. In terms of books that came out this year that I've read, I read Funny Story by Emily Henry. That was the first book of Emily Henry's that I've read. I really liked the book. It was actually pretty fun. Nice little rom-com. Basically, it was like very, very, very much unfortunate events happening. Like, basically pushing these people together, like forced proximity essentially that happened. But yeah, it was very much a good book, a good read. If that's my first Emily Henry read, yeah, I definitely liked it. Another book that I read this year was Reckless by Lauren Roberts, which was the sequel to Powerless. Reckless was actually a pretty good sequel. I would give it that. The ending of Reckless, tune in, was wild. I'll be seated for the third book of this trilogy series, whatever Lauren Roberts is doing with this series. Another, sequel that I read to, a prequel was Leather and Lark that came out this year by Brienne Weaver or whatever. I would say the sequel to Butcher and Blackbird was better than Leather and Lark. I'm just telling you that right now. Leather and Lark was just like, Butcher and Blackbird was better than Leather and Lark. I mean, she has a third book coming out, because basically about the brothers' lives and, who their partner becomes to be. So we had Butcher and Blackbird, Leather and Lark, and then Slife and Sloan or something like that. But the third brother, the youngest brother. So continuing on, the next book that I read this year was This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. It was a good book. It was a good book. It was a nice little, romance story between, people who already been married before, already have kids, basically where you have a complex family, coming together, things like that. How they became to be was, very interesting, might I say. But, it's a nice little romance story that came out this year, so I definitely enjoyed it. So, yeah, we had Funny Story, we had Reckless, we had, Leather and Lark, we have This Could Be Us. I think that's about it in terms of books that came out this year that I read. I'll be tuned in to Oathbound by, Tracy Dion, okay? Tracy Dion, because that Legendborn series, yeah, I read that series this year, but it didn't come out this year. But I'm tuning into Oathbound, okay, because that book is coming out next year. Yeah, and those are my, books that I read this year. I would recommend Reckless, Funny Story, and This Could Be Us. Leather and Lark, it was a book. I mean, I gave it 3 stars on my Goodreads, so, but I would still, rate Butcher and Blackbird as a better book than Leather and Lark. Yeah, but that's it for my 2024 faves in terms of media. Hope you guys like this. I usually sometimes do a ranking for these things, but I'm just like gonna, tell you guys what it is, what I do. But yeah, these were my faves of 2024 in terms of media, lifestyle entertainment channel. I do vlogs, reviews, recaps, reactions, sometimes commentary on, what is going on in the world, because I'm definitely thinking about doing a video in terms of like having more Black media, in terms of like teen dramas, teen shows, even teen movies, like not teen movies, but like movies as well, like having an actor like be a star of a movie, you know, and people would like to want to see. So yeah, we'll see about that. But anyway, guys, this is gonna be my last video of this year. Can't wait to see the new shows that are coming out next year. Next year, we're going to be bombarded with shows and movies. We are going to be bombarded. Like, the amount of shows that are coming out next year, because they were on hiatus and because of the writers and actors strike. Yeah, we're going to be bombarded. We got Stranger Things season 5. We got You season 5. We got Outer Banks season 5. Like, the amount of seasons 5 of a show that are coming out next year. We got Wednesday season 2. I mean, they're all gonna end after those season 5. So, and those are like Netflix big bucks types of show. So yeah, Netflix gonna be in drought. Cobra Kai ending. Like, we're gonna be bombarded next year with a bunch of shows, but that's gonna be the last of the shows. In terms of, so Netflix gonna have to like use their money and run something up, run something back. Like, all your big shows, Stranger Things done, You done, Outer Banks done. Like, after season 5, like, Netflix, you're gonna have to come up to the drawing table with something new, with something fresh, with something people, you need your star player. You need a new star player, because all your star players are leaving. All your star players are leaving next year after their seasons 5 are up. Okay, Wednesday probably on your last star player, and who knows if we're gonna get 5 seasons of Wednesday. That's gonna most likely always gonna come out during the fall, Halloween type time. So yeah, what are we gonna do? Netflix. I mean, Netflix definitely took control and being, you know, the next #1 type streaming service, because tell me why half of HBO Max or Max's, you know, stuff or inventory is coming on Netflix. Why do you have Insecure on Netflix? Why do you have, you know, what is Barbie that came out earlier on Max on Netflix? Like, these are the things that I'm just like, what are we paying HBO Max for? Because besides The Lives of College Girls by Mindy Kaling, what are we paying Max for? Because they only got 1 to 2 shows you're probably gonna tune in for. Gossip Girl, that originally got us to Max, came back to Netflix. Like, they had Friends on Netflix. Sooner or later, Friends is gonna make its way back to Netflix. Like, Max, after you cancel all your shows, why would we tune into you? Why? Netflix trying to say they're the supreme, they the big boss, they the head honcho. But at Netflix, you got about to tune in and find out who your real, you know, money maker is, because all your money makers are gone, Netflix, after 2025. So find your new money maker. Find your new money maker. But anyway, guys, these are my faves for 2024 and media. Let's see what the new year holds. Happy New Year if you're watching this on New Year's Day. And hopefully you guys like the video. If you like the video, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns, and you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.